How's it going, guys? JCVP11 here, and welcome to a top 5 applications for the month of January 2017. And without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into the applications. The first application is for those people who've set New Year resolutions in order to get fit over the course of next year, and this application is called 30-Day Fitness. What this application does is gives you a set amount of workout routines which you can follow, as well as give you a very good list of the exercises that you need to complete, and it also gives you pictures and small videos on how to complete each one, which I think is really good on the application's part. It also gives you a detailed description of why you should follow what the application says and the various health benefits associated with exercising regularly. And while there is an app store within the app that prompts you to download applications from supported developers, I would stay away from that, so don't jump into that side of the application. As far as exercises go, there are 2 sets of exercises for each category, and I obviously started with beginner because obviously I'm fat. But yeah, it gives you a detailed lineup of what exercises you need to complete, and from there on you just follow what the instructions say, and once you're done with the whole routine, it gives you a detailed summary of what you've done, how many minutes or how many seconds you've spent on the exercises, as well as how many calories you might have burnt, and it gives you an overall rating score, so you can tell the app whether this exercise has exhausted you or this exercise has not exhausted you, and based on that the application will judge you and give you more exercises or less exercises to complete to suit your body's needs, I guess. I think overall it's a very good application for anyone who's looking to get fit over the next year, and the calendar will help you track your progress over time, and yeah, I guess you should download it if you want to get fit. Moving on to something that is more of a waste of time than anything, it's an endless game called Tap Tap Rush, and I think it's a very addicting game. So the objective here is to just avoid the obstacles and make your character go as far as possible throughout the game, and it does get trippy once you start playing it a lot, and once you start dying it's a repetitive process and you want to beat your newest high score, which is kind of hard to do in my opinion. What's really interesting about this game is the fact that the music along with the gameplay really encapsulates you, so you're not only playing a trippy game but you have trippy music behind it, and that makes for a very difficult yet enjoyable experience. So I definitely recommend it, and it also has a leaderboard system so you can track your friends' progress as well as the progress of the world. And by the way, if you don't know what the music sounds like, here's a listen. Back to the portrait layout, we have something that will help a lot of people who are joining or getting back into school and want to solve their math equations. This one's called PhotoMath, and I think this is a very apt time to introduce it to you guys because it's just added a new handwriting feature. So the first thing it does, it solves any algebraic equation for you. So if you want to solve what x is, it will solve it for you, and it gives you steps on how it did it. But more importantly, for those people who are in high school and want to do more advanced calculus stuff, you can actually write down the equation on a piece of paper and the application will solve it for you. That's amazing, and I didn't have that when I was in high school. The really good part is it even gives you steps on how to do every single problem that you throw at it, and that really makes for a very easy life, I would say. It also helps you understand how the thing got an answer, so it makes you learn in a way. And speaking of that, until the 4th of January, the Plus PhotoMath application is free, so the paid version is basically free for up till the 4th, so you can enjoy those benefits. And if you do want the Plus benefits, which include things like learning in a very innovative manner, as well as solving problems with more steps, I definitely recommend you give the Plus version a try. And if you don't want all that added functionality, the free version is more than enough to solve your basic high school mathematics. Now, I hope you remember Hill Climb Racing. That was one of my favorite games over the past few years, and with this year about to start, they introduced Hill Climb Racing 2. Okay, so with this game comes a lot of different features, and I'm gonna go over and try my best to go over all of the different features, but obviously the endless mode stays where you can drive a car over a course for as long as you can and collect fuel along the way, collect coins, blah blah blah, and yeah, it benefits everything that you do. You can buy cars, you can upgrade your car, all of that stuff. But in addition to that, there are now races that you can play between players in real life, which I think makes for a very good experience. There are lots of cups that you can try out, and the aim is to come first or to do well in all the cups that you play. And I think that the added incentive of that really makes for an addictive game. And you can't progress in single player unless you try out all the cups, and once you advance in rankings in the cups, you unlock new cars for single player, you unlock new maps, etc, etc. So it's a game that ties up everything very nicely together, with challenges, with rewards that you get for completing cups, as well as timely rewards where you have to wait 2 hours or more than 2 hours in order to unlock a certain reward. Apart from that, you also get in-app purchases if that's something you're interested in. So if you want to progress really quickly, you can pay some money and get jewels and coins which you can use to purchase, I don't know, upgrades to your cars as well as upgrades in general. But I think the added incentive of a cup and a multiplayer aspect really brings about a very refreshing flavor into the game, and I think it's one of the top picks for this month, so I hope you guys download it. And lastly for this month is another game called Orbit Jumper. This again is a endless game which I seem to love, and what this game is basically you control a ball through rings, and where the rings meet, you try and make the ball go through that, and you try and do that for as long as possible. There's not a lot of customization going on with this game, with the limited customization being the fact that you can change the color of the background of the game. But I think the overall essence of the game is really addictive, and I would definitely recommend you try it out and try and compete with your friends in order to see how far they've gotten and how far you've gotten and how well you're doing with respect to the world. And that about sums up the top 5 games for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I hope you guys try them out by hitting the download links below. All of the download links are in chronological order as of how the games appear in this video. So yeah, try them out, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and leave your thoughts on this style of video as well. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.